If you close your eyes and think of Jeremy Kyle, what do you see? For most of us, the image is instant: a sharp suit, a raised eyebrow, and a voice that could cut through glass, demanding answers on a beige studio stage. For nearly a decade and a half, he was the face of Britain's most explosive confrontations, the man who held the lie detector results, the arbiter of DNA destiny. He was the shouty man on the telly who told people to get a job or put something on the end of it. But if you strip away the stage lights, the security guards, and the studio audience chanting his name, you are left with something far more interesting. You are left with a man who has walked through the fire of public cancellation, battled cancer, faced the terror of mortality, and navigated the messy, beautiful complexities of fatherhood. Lately, a different version of Jeremy Kyle has emerged. It's not the caricature we thought we knew. It's a man who has learned, often the hard way, that life isn't black and white, and that sometimes the loudest wisdom comes from the quietest moments. The view from rock bottom. There is a profound resilience in Jeremy Kyle that often gets lost in the noise of his public persona. We tend to think of television personalities as Teflon-coated, bouncing back from scandals or setbacks with ease. But Jeremy's journey hasn't been a smooth rebound, it's been a clawback from the brink. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to realize the only way is up, he has said. It's a cliché, sure, until you've lived it. And Jeremy has lived it. Following the cancellation of The Jeremy Kyle Show in 2019, he didn't just lose a job, he lost his identity. For a man whose entire public existence was defined by being the one in control, suddenly having no control was a terrifying freefall. He has spoken candidly about the anxiety disorder that plagued him in the aftermath, a vulnerability that would have seemed impossible for the old Jeremy to admit. This is where the first piece of unexpected wisdom lies. It is okay to be broken. Even the toughest among us, the ones who shout the loudest and puff out their chests, have moments where the floor falls out. Jeremy's return to broadcasting, particularly on Talk TV, hasn't been an attempt to recreate the past. It feels more like a man who has survived a shipwreck and is just grateful to be back on dry land. He reminds us that your career is what you do, not who you are. When the cameras turn off, you have to be able to live with yourself. The mortality check. Perhaps nothing shifts a man's perspective like the word cancer. In 2012, Jeremy was diagnosed with testicular cancer. It was a bolt from the blue that stopped him in his tracks. Cancer is just one little word, he reflected, but when you hear it, it turns your whole life upside down. He has also spoken about a terrifying medical emergency where he died for 7 seconds following a burst appendix. These aren't just anecdotes for a memoir, they are the moments that strip away the ego. When you look at Jeremy now, especially in his more conversational interviews, you see a man who knows the clock is ticking. There is an urgency to his advice now that feels less like judgment and more like a plea. Don't waste time. Don't waste time on petty feuds, on bad habits, on people who don't value you. His wisdom here is simple but devastatingly effective. Prioritize your health, because without it, the rest is noise. He often jokes about looking at pictures of himself BB, before Botox, and AB, after Botox. But beneath the vanity is a survivor's gratitude. He's still here, he's still fighting. And that, in itself, is a victory we can all relate to. The softness behind the suit. For a man famous for handling bad dads, Jeremy's own devotion to his children is the antidote to his on-screen persona. He has 6 children now, and his approach to fatherhood, and now grandfatherhood, reveals a softness that the tabloids rarely capture. My kids are amazing, and they are the ones that keep me going, he has said. It sounds like a standard celebrity soundbite, but watch his face when he talks about them. The hardness vanishes. He has admitted that he would never set himself up to be the perfect parent, but he strives to be a present one. His journey into grandfatherhood has been particularly telling. He described his granddaughter as the best-looking baby in the world, a classic granddad exaggeration that we love, and jokingly noted that the best part is you can give them back. But there is a serious undercurrent to his family life. He has navigated divorce and blended families, not just on stage, but in his own living room. The lesson here: family is the anchor. When the world turns its back on you, when the headlines are cruel, and when the phone stops ringing, the people sitting around your dinner table are the only audience that matters. Jeremy seems to have grasped this with both hands. He protects his family fiercely, a lion guarding his pride, proving that you can be a public figure and still keep the most precious parts of your life sacred. Accountability as empowerment. We can't talk about Jeremy Kyle without talking about tough love. For years, critics called it bullying. But if you listen closely to what he actually says, stripped of the shouting, there is a core of conservative, stoic philosophy that resonates with millions of people. Trust is earned, not given. Actions speak louder than words. You can't change the past, but you can shape your future. These aren't just sound bites, they are mantras for accountability. In a world that often encourages us to blame our circumstances, our exes, or the system, Jeremy's wisdom is a sharp poke in the chest. He demands that we own our mess. Is it harsh? Sometimes. Is it necessary? Often. There is something strangely empowering about being told that you are the problem, because it means you are also the solution. If the mess is yours, the cleanup can be yours too. Jeremy's career has been built on the belief that people are capable of change, but only if they stop lying to themselves. He applies this to himself too. He has admitted to his own mistakes, his own failures in relationships, and his own shortcomings. We all make mistakes, he says. What's important is how we learn from them. It's a redemption arc that doesn't ask for pity, just the chance to try again. The talk of the town. Now, as a host on Talk, formerly Talk TV, Jeremy has found a new rhythm. He's swapping the DNA tests for political debate, but the energy is the same. He is a voice for the frustrated, the confused, and the people who feel like the world is changing too fast. But there's a difference now. He listens more. He engages with the tragic and the triumphant with a bit more empathy. He's seen the other side of the curtain. He knows what it's like to be the one in the hot seat. Why this matters to you. So, why should we care about the wisdom of Jeremy Kyle? Because, in many ways, his story is the story of modern survival. We all have moments where we feel like we're on a stage, being judged. We all have burst appendix moments that wake us up. We all have families that drive us crazy but keep us sane. Jeremy Kyle is not a saint. He's not a guru. He's a flawed, messy, loud, passionate man who has taken a beating and kept moving forward. And maybe that's the most relatable thing of all. He teaches us that you don't have to be perfect to be valid. You don't have to be liked by everyone to be happy. You just have to show up, own your truth, love your kids, and when life knocks you down, whether it's a health scare or a public shaming, you get back up, straighten your suit, and get on with it. Because as Jeremy himself might say, the only person who can fix your life is you. Now get out there and do it.